Welcome to the 16th season of Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Hey, Shamba Shape Up, we level up. Early morning, boots on ground, sunrise painting all this brown. Neighbor waving, kids around, dreams are growing in this town. So we walk into the day, notebook ready, we don't wait. Ask your questions, plan it straight, turn that small plot into great. Shamba Shape Up, we're showing you how, from the soil to the show to the table right now. Plant that hope, let it rise like a crown. Step by step, we turn it around. Shamba Shape Up, we shape it with love. Hands in the air, then our eyes up above. Laugh as we learn, feel the joy in your chest. Shape up your Shamba, shape up your best.
This week, we are in Kahiga in Murang'a County.
I'm Oscar Kamau, and I am a teacher by profession. Then from there, I do farming at home. I deal mostly with daily farming and poultry keeping. And sometimes I go to the farm, I do some cultivation.
On the farm, Oscar has a big portion with tomatoes. He also has capsicum, cassava, mangoes, and bananas, and so much more.
Hello. Habari yako?
Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Pressured.
A young farmer.
Thank you.
Where are we exactly?
We at Kahiga village,
Yes.
Kandara sub-county, Murang'a County.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tony, you heard that? Kandara.
Kandara.
And then listen to that.
What?
You can't listen to the music.
Oh,
Yes, they
music.
say Kandara is the home of
The
music.
home of Mogithi here.
Tell us a bit about your family.
We are very passionate about children and we like education the most. That is why my dad is a CSO, Curriculum Support Officer, Kigumo Sub-County, under special needs education. My mom is a deputy head teacher, and me, the firstborn in our family, I'm a teacher. My sister, she's a teacher, and the other one, she's pursuing Bachelor's of Education, Biology and Chemistry.
To be a teacher.
Yes.
And you know what is also weird and nice? We are also teachers.
Thank you.
So it's all about teaching.
Education
It's
is
all
power.
about education.
Yeah.
So what made you interested in farming?
That is the thing which I love the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has
farming.
it been so far?
It has been good.
No complaints?
Sometimes there are diseases, sometimes they do affect us a lot. Because some diseases which come in, then leave some losses here.
Okay.
And the cows?
And the cows feeding. Yeah. And also the concentrates. Because the nutritional value from the money that you are giving, they do not match.
Well, fear not, because we are here
Oh, welcome.
to work with you.
And I'm ready.
And we want to make sure that by the time you're leaving your Shamba,
Yeah.
we say you're fully shaped up.
Thank you.
That's
and I
our
will
slogan.
appreciate
You have to be fully shaped
Shaped
up.
up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we always pitch up our tent.
Then.
Give us a
Okay.
few minutes and we'll be right back. Right,
We'll see
Tony?
you in a bit, Oscar.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
What do you feed your cows? Is it balanced? Is it enough to make them grow well and become very good producers? Concentrates are very important for your cows, so you can get the best out of them. On the farm, we have Dr. Patricia Wandia from Unga Farm Care, experts in animal feeds. She's here to look at the dairy cows and help shape them up.
So, Oscar,
Yeah.
how many cows do you have in general?
In general, I have around 14 of them.
14.
Yes.
Yes.
Whereby I only milk 6. I have 4 heifers. Then the rest are bulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any dry cows?
Yes, we have 2 of them.
Okay, before we go to how you feed them, let's hear from Patricia. I'm sure you have inspected. What have you seen in general, the general observation of the cows?
Let me start with the most critical nutrient, which is water.
Okay.
You have dirty troughs. They have the algae growing around them.
Yeah.
Cleaning should happen on a daily.
Okay.
But besides the cleanliness of it, there is the lack of the water,
Okay.
which is very, very important.
Yeah.
Milk, 80% water. No water, no milk.
No milk.
Yeah, and
Okay.
doing this for the milk.
Yeah.
Equally, you're feeding troughs.
Okay.
We could do better in terms of hygiene.
Yeah.
Because when you let fodder stay around for long,
Yeah.
it molds up.
Okay.
And molds, once the cows consume mycotoxins, mycotoxins will bring issues of respiratory diseases. It will bring issues with the reproductive system. So you will either have heat, but no conception, or lack of heat for that matter. You're going to have diarrhea. We can already notice your stool is a bit loose. It could be because they're consuming a lot of that moldy feeds.
Okay.
So cleanliness is very, very important, both for the water troughs and the feeding troughs.
Okay.
How you store your feed is also critical. Oscar's silage was moldy from wrong storage.
From the highest yielder, how many kilos are you getting?
21 to 23.
The whole day?
Yeah.
Milking how
Average.
many times?
2 times a day. Yeah.
Is that good, Patricia?
We can do better. Looking at your cows in terms of the breed, the genetics, you have it right. Good quality Frisian cows, good udder. So we actually have potential to do more. It's your work to take it from the normal 5 liters that will come from fodder to the next level.
Yeah.
So if I may ask, how are you feeding your concentrate?
I only do 3 kilos of daily. In the morning and then in the evening, 3 kilos.
For every cow. So
Yeah.
it is not based on production.
No.
So there's a formula on how you best feed your
The cow.
cow, your dairy cow. So there's the production, then you less the 5 kilos, which I said are coming from the fodder.
Fodder, yeah.
And then you divide that by 2. That gives you how much kgs in a day of concentrates you're supposed to give
Okay.
to any cow.
That means if a cow is giving you 11 liters of milk, it is 11 minus 5, you get 6 divided by 2. It gives you 3 kilos of dairy milk concentrate for that cow per day. Another example is if you have a cow that is giving you 20 liters of milk, it is 20 liters minus 5, you get 15, divide this by 2, you'll get 7.5 kilos of dairy milk concentrate for that cow per day.
However, there's something that we call challenge feeding. You want to know how much can one cow give you at a go.
Okay.
We give the 3 kilos today, but tomorrow you give 4 kilos to see how much it's going to produce. So it gives you 6 liters from the 4 kilos.
Yeah.
The next day you give 5
5
kilos,
kilos.
it gives you 8 liters. The next day you give, you go increasing up to the point where for every, for incremental dairy milk, there is no increase in terms of milk production. So maybe you could give 10, it's still giving you 20 liters in a day. So that means that is the optimal production for that. That is, you've challenged it by giving it more concentrates to see how much milk it can produce, which actually explains why it's important to segregate your cows based on the stage of their life cycle, because the needs are different.
How do you dry off your cow?
I only stop them,
Emergency breaks.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patricia, how should farmers dry off their cows?
2 months before the cow calves, you dry it off if it is a cow that has been in production. So you do this first by withdrawing the concentrates, because concentrates take up the level of milk. So you withdraw concentrates fully.
Okay.
You also change on your minerals from what you were giving to now a specialized mineral in terms of dry cow.
Okay.
So if you're milking 3 times, you reduce your number of milkings. Gradually, continuously, you reduce the number of milkings until the cow dries itself. So there is no more production. Also very critical, remember to put dry cow therapy to avoid or kill any bacteria that may have been there so that you don't get mastitis.
Dry cow therapy is antibiotics put in the udder of the cow. Please remember, dry cow therapy should be carried out by an experienced veterinary doctor and not by you, the farmer.
The last 1 month is when you introduce what you call steaming up, which we call a transition period. When it's pregnant, there is so much space that has been taken up by the calf.
Yeah.
The rumen is squeezed, so it's not able to consume a lot of fodder. Immediately it calves down, that space doesn't go back immediately, so its appetite is still low. So there's usually loss of body condition during that time. So steaming up is where you put up reserves so that your cow doesn't lose so much weight, which is going to again affect your production. During this steaming up period is when now you reintroduce the concentrates. And as Unga, we now have lactostat.
Why should I go with lactostat instead of my daily meal?
Lactostat is a special formulation that is highly glucogenic. So it is loaded with a lot of energy such that for every bite, it gets all the nutrients out of it. Dairy meal is good, but doesn't have all the energy that is required during this season. Lactostat should be given the last month, which is the transition period, and 1 month post-calving, which is the fresh cow period. And then immediately after, now you go back to dairy meal. And how you feed lactostat is by introducing 1 kilo a day for the first 2 weeks during that steaming period. The next week, you introduce another kg. And then the last week, you give 3 kg. So maximum should be 3 kilos per day for that period. When you dry your cow correctly, you will avoid the very common diseases, milk fever, which is very common. Immediately the cow calves down, it can't wake up. You will avoid things like ketosis and other conditions. So that is the period where you optimize and give the cow the best. Give it in terms of comfort, give it the best in terms of nutrition so that it gives you a good full year of production for milk.
Remember, dirty troughs and moldy feed will reduce milk production and cause health issues. Give concentrates based on each cow's production. And finally, properly drying off your cow and doing correct steaming up helps prevent diseases, maintain body condition, and prepares the cow for higher milk production after calving. Clean the cow's feeding and water troughs, says Dr. Wandia. We're right on this.
I never knew it was supposed to be a screen as I was advised.
Oscar has 2 calves that are sleeping in the mud, and to prepare them into good havers, they need good taking care of, and our team went right to it. Playtime is later, little calf, playtime is later. We have a shape up to do.
As the makeover team brings down the old pen, let's see what else we can shape up. Egg market in Kenya is huge, meaning that there is great opportunity for you as a farmer. But how do you ensure that you get very good production from your chicken?
We started with 300. Then from there, you have been increasing the brood year by year. Now we are at a range of 2,400.
Patrick Musa from Unga Farm Care is on the farm. From cows to chicken, they know what to do. As layers grow, how you feed them is just as important as when they start laying. Let's learn how to do this. Do you have any challenges?
Yes, the challenges are here. They are there, starting from the feeds.
Tell us about the feeds. What's the challenge with the feeds?
Okay, the feed, sometimes you get the nutritional value, it is not quite sufficient for the flock. So you end up now adding more money to get the nutritional value.
All right. What are the challenge?
They sometimes eat the eggs.
Why do you think they eat the eggs?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe the expert will tell us.
Yes, I don't know. I
All
can't
right.
tell. Then from there, inconsistency of the feed now, they might end up now having infections and then they might die off.
All right.
Mr. Oscar, I've gone around your flock and I can say you are really doing a commendable job.
Thank you.
And the few things we have noted, when you improve on them, I think we will maximize on our production in this farm.
Okay.
Yes, first most I want to talk about the chick rearing, whereby we have to give a good foundation of these chicks because we normally know that this chick is our future laying bird. So with a good foundation, we have to give it good nutrition, which is well balanced in terms of proteins, in terms of carbohydrates, in terms of vitamins. in terms of mineralization, so that when this bird starts laying, we can counter some of the vices we talked about, like the egg eating. We have got Fugo chicken duckling cramps. We have to give it from day 0 up to the 3rd week. The importance of these Fugo chicken duckling cramps, they are in form of cramples. So the bird will pick the old nutrients in that crample. Then when you place the feed in the feeders, the chicks will have a minimal wastage. They are well formulated to give this chick a good foundation in terms of growth, in terms of the skeletal structure, whereby we talk about the calcium and the phosphorus levels in it.
Remember, Fugo chick and duckling cramps are given from day 1 to 3 weeks old. Give it ad libitum, meaning it should be always available day and night.
Now from there, we have to introduce Fugo chick and duckling mash, whereby it has to feed from the 4th week up to the 8th week. Yes. When we are introducing the Fugo chick mash from the Fugo chick cramp, there must be gradual change from that feed so that our birds cannot experience the stresses that comes with the feed change. Yes.
When transitioning on day 1, give 3 parts of Fugo chick and duckling cramps to 1 part of Fugo chick and duckling mash. Day 2, do 2 parts of each. And day 3, have 1 part of Fugo chick and duckling cramps to 3 parts of Fugo chick and duckling mash. Day 4, transition fully to the mash.
We are preparing this chick to have good growth, good muscular structure that will sustain it during its future laying period. Again, during this transition period, let us ensure we provide our chicks with vitamins. They are very essential to counter any stress that may be associated with the change.
Always ensure you have your feed ready before the birds are on the farm. But how do we plan this?
For budgeting purposes, for the Fugo chicken duckling cramps, 1 bird for that 3 weeks will have consumed 0.4 kilograms on average.
This means if you have 1,000 birds, this will be 400 kilos or 8 50-kilogram bags.
Yes, for the Fugo chicken duckling mash, the bird will have consumed 1.6 kilograms for the entire period from the 4th week up to the 8th week.
To recap, feed Fugo chick and duckling cramps to your chicks from day 1 up to week 3. Then slowly transition them from Fugo chick and duckling cramps to Fugo chick and duckling mash at 4 weeks. Feed Fugo chick and duckling mash from week 4 to week 8. Remember to make sure that they have feed throughout day and night. There is something that both of you are not talking about. Don't birds get thirsty?
Yeah, birds get thirsty.
How do you handle that?
There is automated drinkers.
There's a plenty of water. Before now, we bring in a new batch of chicks. We should flush the waterways so that now the birds can have access to the clean water.
And with that, we get to shaping up and ensuring the birds are fed well. The feeders and drinkers are well placed. The new feed is introduced, and we take care of some biosecurity.
Meanwhile, the old calf pen is gone and a new one is coming up.
Coming up after the break, our expert Musa takes us through feeding older birds, and our calves get a new home.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up.
We are in Oscar's farm where the calf pen's walls are done and the door will be done in 3, 2, 1, voila! Now, over to Caro at the chicken coop.
Now that our birds are laying, how do we feed them to make sure we get the best production? Come, let's find out. This is truly a livestock special. We still have Patrick Musa from Unga Farm Care with us. So Patrick, you've done your inspection, you've seen our layers.
Sure.
What have you observed?
We started with the store here first. The house should be neat. So we have to just do away with these cobwebs. The feed should be stored in a well aerated area whereby there is free air circulation. We should not place it direct to the floor because it might get some moisture which will bring about molds.
Okay.
Then it might bring the diseases to our flock. So it should be a bit raised. We've gone upstairs there to check on the layers. They look good health-wise. Others are just bathing, so it means they have that comfort.
Thank you.
We need to add more drinkers because if we allocate one drinker to 50 birds, you'll find that it is not enough for all those birds. And sometimes they may fight for their space when drinking the water.
Okay.
I've also noted our laying boxes are not enough because we should allocate around 5 to 8 birds per that laying box. With that, we'll have minimum breakages as we look into the nutrition part. Okay.
So we need to find out exactly what you're feeding your birds.
I'd give them layer smash. Each bird is supposed to get 140 grams. So those are 3 sacks per day.
For the 1,400 birds.
Yes, for the 1,400 birds.
Are they giving you the quality that you want?
When it is at peak, I almost get 82 to 90%.
To 90%.
But it goes even lower to 74 to 75%, which sometimes becomes a challenge now.
So why do you think you're not hitting your maximum?
The challenge is the feeds, because at times we get the protein level, they are low, then some things must be added so that they can be able to maintain. Now when you come and feed with those added things, now sometimes they do interfere.
What are these added things?
Like omena.
So there's no consistency.
Yeah.
Not to worry, our expert is here and I can see he's smiling.
Yes,
I'm sure he has an answer.
Yes, to start with, we had talked about doing different stages of formulation according to the different ages we have for those birds. And as you can see now, we are into grower's phase, whereby this bird needs a good protein so that it can have a good body frame. We are preparing this bird to produce enough eggs, and you'll be into business when the bird starts laying.
Yes.
We introduce the Fugo grower's mash from the 9th week up to the point of laying until we achieve 5% into laying.
So maybe our 1,000 pullets, the 5% will be 50 eggs.
50 eggs. We feed it free choice at libitum without rationing, and the bird will feed as per the body requirement. The growers, we have formulated it having inclusions of all the raw materials which are professionally selected. So the issue of things like aflatoxin, having low quality raw materials, that one will not have, and our flock will be disease free. We want our bird, before the point of lay, we have achieved that 1.5 kilograms.
From the Fugo Growers Mash, gradually transition to the Fugo Complete Layers Mash using the 3-2-1 method. 3 parts growers to 1 part layers on day 1, 2 parts growers to 2 parts layers on day 2, and 3 part growers to 1 part layers on day 3.
From our conversation, you have said that the feed you have bought, you have to add something else so that you make it balanced. So we say ours is complete. You have no hassles of just doing any other inclusions. When we get to feed our birds Fugo Layer Complete Meal, in the first 1.5 months we are into peak, and it's not about the peak only. For how long will they stay in the peak? Due to the consistency that we have talked about and the quality, we are able to maintain that peak for over 8 months. Peak, we are talking about above 90%. They can go up to even 95%.
Now from the challenge I face now, some eggs might now be bigger than others. And then the other one is the shell. When it lays, the moment it hits the ground now, it breaks because the shell might not be that of quality.
Nutrition-wise, you can solve some of these things. Size can also be brought about by the stress. You can see we have much of the heat stress. The birds not taking enough water. When we switch to Fugo Layer Complete Meal, some of these issues will be sorted out, whereby we will start feeding it from the point of lay, which we talked about 5%. We will feed it up to 51 weeks. So after 51 weeks, We say that this bird is becoming older. We know the calcium levels is going down.
Yeah.
It also needs a lot of energy to push it until when we will be disposing them. So we have a feed by the name Fugo Hoptilea, whereby we have to introduce it during that 52nd week
Yeah.
up to depletion. You can go up to 100 weeks. These birds, we are also going to just sell them once they are done with the laying.
Okay.
So again, you want them to have that good weight when you are disposing.
To continue with the feeding schedule, feed Fugo growers mash from week 9 to the point of laying. That will be around week 18. At this point, you can gradually transition them to Fugo Layers Complete Meal. You will feed this until they are 52 weeks, when you can either sell or feed Fugo Opti-Layer Complete Meal from week 52 until you sell them.
So that as a farmer, you can be into business throughout. Yeah.
With that, we get to shaping up the feed storage and make a platform so that the new feed is safe and well stored.
At the same time, the calf pen is at the finishing touches.
Kamau's team even manages to make a new laying box for the layers, which creates quite the spectacle. A little wood shaving and it's ready to use. The feed storage is all clean with the feeds arranged neatly and off the ground.
Let's plant some trees. We are joined by Oscar's mom and dad to plant 2 macadamia trees. They will thrive in the weather here, and Oscar can add macadamia to his list of income from his farm.
Oh, look who's finally settled into her new home. Comfortable and warm, complete with a water and pellet trough. Nice and safe.
This is what she called home before. And this is what we have now. A total shape-up.
Now, I think they are going to be more comfortable. They are going to jump over there.
So we have to go see other farmers.
Thank you.
And would you like us to come back again?
Of course, even tomorrow if you so wish.
Even tomorrow?
Yes.
No, we need to enlighten also the others.
Yes.
Yes? All right.
And so our work here is done.
Our work is done.
And
Welcome
we'll see you
again.
in the next
Shamba Shepherd.